Well, hello there. I haven't made a video in quite some time, and I'm just going to give you an update here on this project I've been working on. This has been a pretty extensive project for me. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Gravely 800 or 8000 series. They made this series of garden tractors, like real work tractors, back in the 70s and 80s, that were called the 800s and the 8000. So we're very similar, like the same transaxle underneath and all that. They had a lot of different model numbers on them, and a lot of times it was just a different horsepower on these. And the same transmission. I've seen various models now that all had the same transmission. Now this is the 8163T. There was actually a 8163B and a 8163G, and you'll see pictures or videos of them online, and there were just minor differences between these reiterations of the same 8163. Now this guy, the T, this one, this of course is not the original engine. The original engine would have been a cast iron single cylinder, like a 12 or a 16 horse cast iron Briggs and Stratton. But it's been repowered. This particular one has been repowered with a Briggs and Stratton Vanguard 22 horse twin cylinder. And as you can see, it nicely fits under there. And this has got the 8163s have this drawbar, and you can put attachments on the back, and you can put attachments underneath. It's got a mid-mount PTO. That's got a diverter gearbox that diverts the power to the rear. Now I'm going to go over here in this box. This is the diverter gearbox. So this captures the power coming out of the mid-mount PTO, and it sends it off to the side, and then this short PTO shaft connects this power diverter to a PTO on the axle here. Under here, I'll try to see if I can get you a better picture of it. See that PTO shaft on the axle? On the front of it, that short PTO shaft I just showed you would connect it to that side diverter gearbox. So this would be for rear attachments, like a garden tiller, or there were different attachments they had on the rear. And you have 3-point hitch lift. Now the 8163T has this. This is the drive handle. So you bring it back and it reverse, and forward it goes forward, and it's got clutches on the side of the transmission. And also here it has a high and low selector in the transmission, and it has this 1, 2, 3, 4 gears, and that's your PTO engagement. It's a real transmission. So what I did on this guy is the mid PTO shaft broke off, so I had to split the tractor in two, pull the transmission, and replace that mid PTO shaft. And then when I took it apart, I noticed that the forward, see if I can get you a light shining on here. I wonder if there's a light on my camera here. I could turn on the light. Anyway, on here, I wish I would have brought my headlight. Here's your clutch fibers are external here. That's what that handle does. If you pull that handle, it engages these clutches. Anyways, and this is the forward clutch. The reverse clutch is over on the other side. And then the fibers wear down, these round fibers. So you gotta take a hammer and a wood chisel, and you scrape it all off, and you JB weld on a new fiber. So I did this side because it was all worn down to the glue. So I got that side rebuilt. I like how slick they raised the platform in the back. This is quite a unique setup. I don't know of any other tractor that ever mounted an engine to the back of the transmission. So Gravely in the 70s, Gravely made walk-behind tractors that looked like a similar setup. So this was their leaving the walk-behind tractors to a ride-on tractor. So I'm wondering if this transmission and engine setup is still carryover from the walk-behind tractors that they used to make right around that same time. And it's almost like they built a tractor going forward away from this transaxle that they already had, this tried and proven transaction. But this transmission, this is a real transmission. I had this open, and it's all full of gears, like gears that are like a 40 or 50 horse garden tractor. This is not your standard consumer grade fodder. See here, you can see this is the reverse clutch. The reverse clutch is on this side. So it's got these clutches that are activated by that big long handle over there for forward and reverse. So you don't have a clutch on the tractor itself. You just have a brake pedal and that handle. So we got the transmission apart and we got that shaft. Let's see if I can show you the shaft that was broken. Oh, see that PTO shaft? That was broken off right at that offset in the middle of the shaft. That shaft was broken off. So we had to take the transmission all apart, get that replaced, and get her back together. So that's what we've been working on. This has been our project here. Put this platform down again. So this is basically a 12 shop hour project to get that all apart and get the transmission stuff squared away and that clutch rebuilt, that clutch fiber. Now, also on the side of the transmission here, they have a separate pump. This tiny pump with the lines that come from underneath the hood, you see the lines coming here. You see the lines coming here to this pump? That is for the hydrostatic lift. All that is for this hydrostatic lift. And I do believe there's a linkage hanging down underneath for raising the deck. And then there's a cylinder. There's a hydraulic cylinder under the hood that's activated by that pump I just showed you. That lifts and lowers and raises attachments on the front of the tractor, underneath the center of the tractor, and the rear of the tractor. So that's what that system is. That particular system uses the red automatic transmission fluid, which is completely separate from the transmission's ecosystem. But that is quite a tractor, really heavy duty built stuff. There is a big following of these tractors. There's still companies that work on these that you can talk to if you need help. So yeah, I learned a lot. This is the first time I ever worked on one of these, and it's been a fun project. And then getting involved with the people that work on these regular going and learning about it, almost like a cult. Like there's so many good people out there that want to help you with whatever problem you're having with yours. So that's what I've been busy with, and we got this guy done. It's waiting to be picked up again by its owner. So that's what we've been busy with. The new project that we're working on, I'll give you a glimpse of it here. Ha ha ha! Here it is. That's what we're working on next. Stay tuned.